Hey Samuel. I heard the message you left me on my answering machine. What do you mean you want to break up? What's going on with you?
It doesn't matter what's going on. I'm just telling you we're breaking up. It's final. Who cares about the reasons?
I care, of course. We just got engaged. You just went to meet my parents. Then suddenly you want to break up? Of course I need to know what's going on.
It's because of that.
Huh?
If you really want to know that bad, I'll tell you. It's specifically because we went to your parents' house. Being there made me realize I had to break up with you.
I don't understand. Why did meeting my parents make you want to break off our engagement?
Your parents are hicks. Duh.
What?
You told me you grew up in the middle of nowhere. But I never thought it was that remote. You don't even have neighbors. Freaking 8 hours total just to get there. I don't want to drive 7 hours after a plane ride every time we visit. It's ridiculous.
Wait, what? So this is about distance?
It's not just that. The people there all speak with that Midwest accent. I can barely understand them. That's not English.
It's perfectly fine English, Samuel.
Anyway, it's just way too backwoods for me. I've spent my whole life in the city, I just can't handle it. I'd have to visit yokel country every year if we got married. No way I'm putting myself through that.
Samuel, I don't think that's fair. My parents and brothers were all welcoming to you. And they even said we don't have to come visit every year because it's so far.
Shut up. Hick country. I'm out. There's no way. You're just not good enough for me, you know.
Huh?
Come on. Look at where I live. It's called Millionaire's Row for Pete's sake. We're from different classes. We shouldn't be together. Got it, hayseed?
How ignorant can you be, Samuel? You think you're sophisticated because you live in a city?
Not think. I know it. I was born and raised here. New York, New York. I'm a city boy through and through. Unlike you. So forget about the engagement. Marry someone more your level. Maybe a cousin?
That's fine. After listening to all that, I don't really want to marry you anyway. The engagement is off. Don't ever contact me again, okay?
Why would I want to talk to a hillbilly? You look so cool kicking butt at the office, and you hide your accent. But when you got to Minnesota you were all nasally and don't you know. Ugh, it was so gross. I should have taken a video and shown it to people around the office.
Ugh, you know what the worst part of dating a coworker is? Having to keep putting up with immature stupid exes. All right. So we're going to be coworkers working in the same office from now on. Just keep in your lane and don't bother me.
Several months later.
Elizabeth. I think you heard from your supervisor, but I want to tell you myself too. I'm quitting. I'm getting married. I'm leaving at the end of this month. Thank you for everything.
I just heard. Congratulations. I didn't even know you were dating someone.
Actually, he wants to keep it a secret. But I'm going to tell you, because you're my work sister. I'm marrying Samuel in sales.
What?
So as of now, please don't think of me as your work sister anymore. Think of me as the woman Samuel chose over you. I really want to thank you, Elizabeth. It was thanks to you getting dumped by him that Samuel and I are together now. So thank you for getting dumped.
Wait. Hold on a second. So you knew I was in a relationship with Samuel? We didn't tell anyone at work.
Of course I knew. Samuel told me directly, silly.
I'm sorry if this is too blunt. But you really shouldn't marry Samuel. Samuel and I just broke up last month. He's not the type to date for a month and commit like that.
Oh, Elizabeth. I think you're confused. I didn't say we were together for only a month.
Huh.
You're slow like a cow, just like Samuel said. You're a bumpkin stereotype. I've been with Samuel for a year now.
Excuse me?
I knew he was with you, and I knew about the engagement, too. But what can I say? I fell in love with him. So I was with him anyway, even if I could only be his second girlfriend, after you. Then you went and blew it, Elizabeth. It's the single best thing that happened in my life. I can finally marry the man I love.
No. It can't be. So he had been cheating on me for a year? With a girl in the same office?
Samuel's the one salesperson on the team. And you're known as the best worker in the office. It looked like a perfect match, so I thought I would never have a chance. But in the end, Samuel chose me.
I guess. I never thought things would turn out like this.
I heard from Samuel about you, Elizabeth. You're from nowhere, it stinks like cow dung, and you speak with a crazy redneck accent when you go back home. I can't believe I looked up to a redneck hick like you. I thought you were from the city, like me. How disappointing.
Why does it matter where I'm from?
Of course it's important where you're from. A country bumpkin is never going to be sophisticated. You know, you can't buy class or taste. Those are things that you're born with.
So. You think it's classy, stealing a colleague's fiancé? You're a sophisticated city girl?
Totally. Born in New York, raised in New York over here. I grew up in Tribeca. Do you even know what that means about my background?
It's a rich neighborhood, right?
Very rich. Everybody there is someone. Growing up in surroundings like that, of course I grew up with sophistication and class.
Maybe you were born in a ditch in Tribeca. That would suit your personality.
Huh? You're from a backwards hick town and you're going to make fun of me? You think someone from a farm can talk to me like that? I bet you rode a horse to school.
You think being from the countryside is inferior? You're the backwards one.
That's why you're not a good match for Samuel. A country redneck isn't fit to be the wife of a sophisticated city boy like Samuel. So it would be great if you just get out of the city where you so clearly don't belong and leave us to our glamorous lives now, please.
You're the one on your way out, you elitist snob.
What?
Oh oops. Talking to a lowlife is affecting my language. I really shouldn't be talking to ditch babies too much.
What?
Well then, I'll have to let you go. Congratulations on lowlife marriage. I don't think either of you have much of a glamorous city future, but good luck with everything.
The next day.
Elizabeth. Emergency. Help. Samuel is being relocated by the company to Minnesota.
Oh. Congratulations. I guess you'll be going with him when you quit and get married. I hope you both enjoy Minnesota.
There's no way I'm going to enjoy living in the boonies.
That might be true. It's going to start snowing soon. The winters there are pretty tough. Take care of yourself, okay?
No. You said something about me being on my way out yesterday. Did you know about this?
I wouldn't say I knew. I had an inkling, I suppose.
What do you mean an inkling? How did you know about the relocation? Why would they do this? Samuel has the best stats in the sales department. Why is he getting sent to the boonies? It doesn't make any sense.
You two are the ones that don't make sense.
Huh?
Judging people and saying they're classy or inferior based on where they were born or grew up. I can't believe there are people that think like that.
But it's true. We're from the city that never sleeps. It's the business center of the world.
You know that a lot of people that live in New York come from outside of the city. More than half of the employees in our company are from out of state.
So what? You can take the bumpkin out of the country, but you can't take the country out of the bumpkin. They're just low-class workers that had to come to the city to find work.
Right. Can you say that to the company president's face? He's from Minnesota.
What?
Yup, he's from Minnesota. You didn't know that? The vice president is from Kansas. And I think the senior managing director is from Nebraska.
Nobody's from New York?
Not in upper management. So I want to ask you. What's a classy, sophisticated city girl doing working at such an inferior, backwards company? All the managers are country bumpkins that came to the city looking for work. Oh, and you might not know since you're from here, but our company has several groups that have get-togethers based on where they're from. Like the Minnesota Mixer and Kansas Club.
What? I've never heard of that.
We just had a Minnesota Mixer the other day, actually. The president himself dropped in.
Did you tattle to the president on me?
I didn't have to tell him. He already knew.
What?
News travels fast in the countryside, Savannah. Had heard I'd taken Samuel to meet my family through the grapevine. Apparently he has a friend that lives near my parents' house.
What the hell? That's so random.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing about country folk though, we're all randomly connected. The president was so happy for us he paid for everyone in celebration of the engagement. Then Samuel broke off the engagement like he did. I felt really bad about the whole thing, so I had to apologize to everyone and tell them the wedding's off.
Everyone? Including the president?
Of course. He's really proud of his humble country upbringing, so he was quite upset. So I had a feeling he might do something like this.
Sending us to Minnesota just for that.
Just suck it up for a while and you'll be able to come right back. Think of it as a personal growth trip.
We can't come right back, that's the problem. It's the longest relocation ordered in the history of the company. 5 years. He told us not to come back for 5 years, Elizabeth.
What?
How will we survive? We're both born and raised in the city. We can't live in some illiterate backwoods hick town in Minnesota.
You'll be fine, Savannah. Grab a juicy Lucy and some cheese curds and the time will just fly by, don't you know? Good luck to both of you.
No. What kind of wedding gift is this? My life is ruined.
Several days later.
Please, Elizabeth. Come with me on my relocation. As my wife, of course.
Huh?
You're the only one for me. Marry me, Elizabeth.
What's wrong with you? You have a sophisticated, classy, lovely city girl from Tribeca, don't you?
Savannah left me. She said she doesn't want to move to the middle of nowhere, so she abandoned me.
Oh. You don't say.
I'm going to have to go all by myself. I've never shoveled snow, and I don't understand their accents. You're the only one that can save me, Elizabeth. You're the only one that can get me through this.
That's not my problem. You're the one that got ordered to relocate by the president, not me.
But Elizabeth, I just had my first Zoom meeting with the Minnesota office. And they know all about what happened between us. If I show up there without you, I'm screwed.
LOL, you're kidding.
I was talking to one of the guys at the Minnesota office. Apparently your grandpa's a huge landowner there. They know I went there to meet your parents after the engagement. So they keep congratulating me on our marriage.
Word gets around fast. I know it's going to be a pain, but please let everyone know what happened and reassure them that I've got nothing to do with you anymore.
How am I supposed to do that? They'll eat me for lunch. They're all nice to me thinking I'm marrying into a respected millionaire's family. Even the branch office manager is brown-nosing me.
Oh yeah, I think the branch manager knows my grandfather.
There's no way I can tell all of them what happened. So please, marry me. I need to make this happen for real or I'm in serious trouble.
Like I said, it's not my problem. Please stop trying to involve me in this. We broke up, remember?
Don't be so cold, Elizabeth. You want to be with me, I know it. Stop acting tough and come back to me. I'll marry you for real this time.
Ugh.
Please, marry me. I can't show up at that office without you as my wife.
I can't. I'm already married actually.
Give me a break.
As soon as I told my mother that our engagement was off. And she immediately set me up with the son of her friend. He lives here in the city as well.
What? So, you married the guy? Already?
Yeah. He doesn't belittle my family. He understands the pros and cons of both city and country life. And he's so fun to hang out with. Oh, and he thinks my accent is cute.
Okay, I get it. I'll never make fun of people from rural areas. I won't laugh at your accent anymore. So please, don't abandon me.
You're the one that dumped me. Don't act like the victim here.
Elizabeth. So you're going to let me rot in Minnesota all by myself for 5 years? 5 years away from the city. That's longer than the Olympics.
Who told you you'll be back at headquarters after 5 years?
What do you mean?
I heard after Minnesota, you're going to be relocated from regional office to regional office. From Kentucky to Iowa.
What?
Officially, it's because your sales numbers are great, despite your appalling nature. So it's to boost sales in the regional offices.
What about unofficially?
I'd say revenge for insulting good-natured country folk.
This can't be happening.
You'll be fine. Country life is beautiful. Enjoy the slow life, Samuel. Bye. Ultimately, word got out about our cancelled engagement and Samuel's continuous derogatory remarks towards rural folks, spreading like wildfire. Consequently, all the Minnesota employees at the regional office naturally held a strong disdain towards him. They were unwelcoming and highly critical of his every move in the workplace. I'm unsure if Savannah is privy to any of this information. However, on the subject of Savannah, it appears that her claims of growing up in Tribeca were greatly exaggerated. As per a colleague, she had actually stayed in a friend's apartment for a month and has been boasting about her privileged upbringing there ever since.